we will discuss the relative positions of the given two circles, and we will count how many number of common tangents are possible with respect to that position, and number of direct common tangents as well as number of transverse common tangents. Okay, so the first condition is if we consider two circles with center C1 and C2 and the radii R1, R2 respectively. Okay. Now, if the condition C1, C2, C1, C2 is nothing but this is the distance between the two centers of the circles, which is greater than the sum of the two radii, means R1 plus R2. If this condition is given, we have to observe how the position of the circles be. See, if you take two circles, this is one circle and this is another circle. So this is the center of this circle C1 and this is the center of this circle C2. Yes. Now this is the radii of the circle, first circle R1, and this is the radii of the second circle R2. Now see what he has given C1, C2. C1, C2 is nothing but this is right. This complete distance from center of this circle to the center of this circle. If this distance is greater than the sum of the radii. See, this is the position of the two circles with respect to given condition. Means the C1, C2, the distance between the two centers is greater than the sum of the two radii. Now, what can we say from this? Means one circle is completely lie exterior of the other. If this condition is given, we have to identify that the given two circles are, one circle is completely lie exterior to the other circle. Now we have to count how many number of common tangents are possible, how many number of direct common tangents are possible, how many number of transverse common tangents are possible. See, if I draw direct common tangents, this is one direct common tangent. This is one more direct common tangents. So is there any other possibility to draw direct common tangents other than these two? No, we can draw at max two direct common tangents if the circles are be like this. Okay. Now I am trying to draw transverse common tangents. This is one transverse common tangents. So this is one more transverse common tangents. Okay. Now you count how many number of common tangents. Number of direct common tangents. And third one is number of transverse common tangent is equal. See, you count how many number of common tangents. Means those may be direct common tangents or transverse common tangents. Now you count 1, 2. These two are direct and 1, 2. So total 4 number of common tangents are possible if the condition is given like this. C1, C2 is greater than R1 plus R2. And how many number of direct common tangents? This is 1, this is 1. So total 2 number of direct common tangents are possible. And you count transverse common tangents. This is one transverse common tangent. This is another transverse common tangent. Means there are two transverse common tangents are possible if the condition is given C1, C2 is greater than R1 plus R2. Okay. The second case is if the distance between the centers, which is nothing but C1, C2, is exactly equal to R1 plus R2. How the circles are look like? See, these are the two circles. This is the center C1. This is the center C2. So he said that the distance between these centers is equal to exactly R1 plus R2 means sum of the two radii. So means if the condition is given like this, we have to identify that the two circles are touch each other externally, means they touch externally at one point. Yes, these two circles touch externally. Now we have to draw number of common tangents. See, this is direct common tangent I can draw, and this is also one more common tangent I can draw. Yes, these are the two direct common tangents I can draw. Now you try to draw transverse common tangents. See, how is it possible? Means the two circles must lie opposite to each other with respect to tangent, isn't it? So if this is the transverse common tangent, yes, these two circles are lying exactly opposite to each other. Yes, so this is one transverse common tangent. Is there any other possibility that we can draw transverse common tangent? No, because the two circles touch each other externally, then there is only one possibility of drawing transverse common tangent. Okay, so total how many number of common tangents? 1, 2, 3. So total number of common tangents are 3, and the direct common tangents are 2, and the transverse common tangent is 1. Okay. Third case is if the distance between the two centers, that is C1, C2, is less than R1 plus R2, means sum of the two radii. If we follow this condition, the circles are looking like this. One circle is like this. Another circle is like this. See. So in this case, the distance between C1 and C2 is less than the R1 plus R2. See, this is the R1, this is R2. Now, the C1, C2 is less than R1 plus R2. So, means these two circles intersect one another in two distinct points. This is one point they are intersecting, this is another point they are intersecting. So, because of this condition, the two circles are intersecting each other in two distinct points. Now, we try to draw common tangents for these circles. So, this is one common tangent I can draw. This is another common tangent I can draw. So, is there any other possibility to draw common tangent? Whatever may be the common tangents, it may be direct common tangent or it may be transverse common tangent. So, I have drawn two direct common tangents. Now, if you try to draw transverse common tangent, that is not possible because see, as these two circles intersect each other in two distinct points, if you draw transverse common tangent like this, so that line intersect the both the circle in two points, but that will not be a tangent, isn't it? That is why we can't draw transverse common tangent if the circles are like this. So we can draw only two direct common tangents. So the total number of common tangents are 2 and both are direct common tangents only, and the transverse common tangents are 0. Okay. Fourth case is if the distance between the two centers which is equal to difference of the two radii. If R1 is the radius of first circle and R2 is the radius of the second circle, so this distance between these two centers is equal to the difference of the two radii. Then now we'll see what is the position of the two circles. This is the center of the first circle and this is the center of the second circle, and see, this is the R2 and this total is R1. Now the distance between C1 and C2 is equal to the difference of R1 R2, isn't it? So if the given condition is like this, the two circles touch each other internally, means the two circles touch each other internally. This is the point where the two circles touch each other but internally. Okay. Now you try to draw common tangents. See, if you draw a tangent like this, see, you with respect to this tangent, you observe the positions of the two circles. Both circles are lying on one side of the tangent. Yes, we can say that this is a direct common tangent. Okay, this is the one tangent I can draw. So, is there any other possibility to draw common tangent? See, if you try to draw tangent here, it will not be a tangent to the big circle. Yes. So, this is the only one possibility that we can draw a common tangents. Well, how many number of common tangents? So, only one common tangent we can draw, and that common tangent is also a direct common tangent, and we cannot draw any transverse common tangent. Yes. Fifth position is if the difference between the centers is less than the difference of the radii. So the distance between the centers is less than the difference of the radii. Then how the two circles are looking like? See, this circle, this is the center of this circle, and if you draw the distance between these two centers is less than the, and this is R1 and this is R2. Now see, the distance between the centers is less than the difference of these two, R1 and R2. Yes. So the circles are looking like this, means one circle is completely lies interior of the other circle. One circle is completely lies interior of the other circles. Now if you try to draw common tangents, is there any possibility to draw common tangents? No, because one circle is completely lies interior, we cannot draw a common tangent. See, if you try to draw common tangent to small circle, it will touch the bigger circle in two distinct points. That is not a tangent to a big circle. So if you try to draw tangent to a big circle, that will not be a tangent to small circle, isn't it? So that is why we cannot draw any common tangents if the position of the circles be like this. So that is why the number of common tangents are 0, number of direct common tangents are 0, number of transverse common tangents are 0. So these are the different positions of the circles. So depending upon the positions of the circles, now we have found out number of common tangents, number of direct common tangents, number of transverse common tangent. Okay, we will discuss next topic in the coming session. Thank you.